our Chicago Startup Roundup, and first we take a look at an app that's sure to make your workouts a lot more fun. Here to tell us more about it, please welcome StrideKick CEO and co-founder John Contreras. Hey, John.
Hey.
Tell us about the concept behind this app.
So really, when we came up with the concept, it was about trying to connect different fitness trackers, like an Apple Watch or a Fitbit, and let you create engaging experiences with your friends or family. So for example, they can be in Canada, you can be in Chicago, and you can come together and create leaderboards or leagues to kind of compete with each other.
So this is sort of accountability partners for workouts, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's really more, or not necessarily workouts, but more around just activity, really about walking and just getting those active minutes. Eventually, we will get into like workouts and things like that, but I think right now we're trying to just make it a minimal, just lower the barrier to get in and just be active by just having a phone or just having a Fitbit.
Right, so somebody downloads the app, then what's the next step?
They can either create their own community, so they can create a challenge, invite their friends, family, coworkers, or they can join one of ours. So there's plenty of, every day there's new challenges that go up, and you can go in there and just join one.
Now, what are some of the challenges? Are there, how many steps you can take in a day?
Yeah, I mean, there's things like leaderboards. You can, join a leaderboard. You can join a team leaderboard, so you can create a team and then compete with others on leaderboards. You can create streaks. So how many days in a row can I get, 10,000 steps? You can create a target. Say, hey, in the month of January, I want to be able to hit, 100,000 steps. Just dozens of different ways you can compete and just, engage.
Now, are there prizes for the winner, or is this just bragging rights purely?
It's mostly bragging rights. Every once in a while, we'll give away, free T-shirts, or we'll get a sponsor to give away a few things. But also, a lot of employers use us, and they actually create incentive programs so their employees can participate, and then they'll give them, trips to this or that. Usually random for people who participate.
Oh, that's a good idea, Windy City Live bosses. I hope you're listening. How much has this grown since 2014 when you started it?
Yeah, I mean, so we really started as a weekend project for myself, and I met my co-founder because he was looking to build something similar, and we just decided to do it together. And we're 20 people now, and we're still growing. We hope to grow another 5-10 people this year. And I feel like we're just scratching the surface too. Like, we really want to help America get more engaged with their health. And again, we're starting with just get active, and then we'll work on sort of like results.
All right, sounds good. It's called StrideKick. Check it out. Val, we'll send it over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Ryan. Well, this entrepreneur created her startup based on what she went through at the beginning of her own tech career. Take a look.
My name is Shaniqua Sean Davis, and I am the CEO and founder of Neurify. So, funny thing about Sean, I created the alternative name Sean because as I was going throughout my career journey after I graduated, I found that, it was kind of hard to get different career opportunities, things that I knew I was qualified for. I couldn't even get through the door. So I started working with a mentor here in Chicago, and he made the recommendation and said, have you decided to change your name? Like, have you tried using an alternative name? And at the time I was like, this seems absurd. I shouldn't have to change my name. So I decided to use Sean, one, because it was gender neutral, and then also it was stereotypically unbiased. As I started using Sean Davis on my resume, I started realizing that, some more opportunities started to open up. I started receiving more responses, and a light bulb went off in my head to say, what, there needs to be something done about this. I wanted to create a platform where we could bring it all together. One, to help eliminate racial bias in the hiring process, and then also to just create more hiring opportunities for minorities across the board. So that's how the company was started.
Please welcome Neurify founder Shaniqua Davis. Shaniqua, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
That is such a very interesting concept that you, under Shaniqua, were not getting the responses that you deserved.
Right.
And then as soon as you went to Sean, which is gender neutral,
yep,
the doors start opening.
Yes, it was crazy. It was like, hey, let's give this a shot and see if it works. So applying to the same jobs under Shaniqua Davis and Sean Davis, and immediately when I started using Sean Davis, it was just like, hey, we would love to communicate with you. We would love to chat with you. So it's crazy.
Does that bother you? How does it make you feel?
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me because I've adjusted to it, and what it does is it opened my eyes to what the diversity landscape looks like right now. And my mother, when I was growing up, she used to always be like, "I'm sorry, I named you Shaniqua," and I'm like, "Why? Like, why are you doing that?" So I've adjusted and grown into my name. Now having to change my name, it just creates more opportunities for me to get through the door, but it also created
a conversation
which allowed me to create this platform.
And talk about Norify. Tell me what Norify is.
Yeah, Norify is a digital platform that connects minority talent to jobs around the world. And our primary purpose is to really be a resource to companies who just haven't figured out how to connect with diverse talent. What does that look like? A lot of companies don't even realize that things like unconscious bias are taking place. So I created this platform for the candidates who know that they are going to a platform where companies are on there specifically looking for them, and then also for companies who are just like, hey, this is a start to, you know, get us through the door and help us understand our diversity landscape a little better.
Right. And let me ask you this. Was it hard as a startup, and especially here in Chicago, because you're from Detroit, as an African-American young woman?
Yeah, so it's been quite the journey. I will say that Chicago has been an extremely good resource for me. I have been a part of a number of different accelerators here in Chicago, and the resources that I've gained have really helped me get through those hurdles. I want to say that, like, there are obstacles in place, but with being a woman entrepreneur and then also being an African-American entrepreneur, there are challenges that are just, there's unconscious bias in the startup process. So being a part of these accelerators who have helped me, I've been able to, you know, find mentors. I've been able to expand my network, which has allowed me to connect with, you know, different resources to help me grow the company.
And the business is growing and good.
It's growing good. It's growing great. We have about 20,000 candidates across the country on the platform now, and right now we're working with about 20 different companies across the country.
Shanika, thank you so much for coming on and telling us about your company. For more information on both Norify and StrideKick, head to Windy City Live.